Definitely not meant to be there. Not having a great day. Definitely not how I was hoping to start the day. So the old massive tree there, she's a beauty, has absolutely done a number on the garage. So chopped off some branches where I could, but oh, shut up, cocky. You can see just how big this thing is. If I walk over this way, it's the size of the garage. So the garage is about 18 metres long, I think. Give you an idea how big this tree is. I'd say at an angle that's probably close to be about 15, 20 metres, and yeah, it's just leaning on there. So let's go for a bit of a wander inside. See what you can do. Unfortunately, because it's on such a big angle and it's just sort of fallen, can't really do much more than I've already done. Not a door I use much of these days. And yeah, it's pretty clear to see what's going on here. So that's sort of what the roof's meant to look like. From obviously a little bit there, that's what the roof looks like. You can see there that the roller door's obviously completely ruined. It's totally caved in that beam. I'd say it's probably given that one a fair go. So, and the hardest part about all this is that colour roller door and this colour bond. This garage is quite old. And yeah, it's been discontinued as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure what I'm going to do you can see the back part of the garage look like a little bit of patchwork cord in some spaces where it's a much lighter colour green, but that's all they make now. I think it was called pale eucalypt, and this is something else that, yeah, Colorbond discontinued as a colour like over 10 years ago, so it shows you how old this part of the garage is. But you can see the angle that beam is on there. It's yeah, it's all ruined. So I don't know what that means for this sort of area, for the roof stuff, because the roof on this part, this section, all looks pretty okay, but obviously the roof here is ruined and a few sheets here are ruined and the roller door's ruined. So I don't know what that means with getting it to color match or whatever, and I'm gonna have to see what the insurance say as well, I guess, because I'm not sure what insurance policy is with detached garages and stuff like that. I remember once when I said I wanted tools and stuff covered in the garage, they said it sort of doesn't cover that. So hopefully this is covered, otherwise it might end up getting a bit expensive. I'm going to assess some more of it here. You see where that tree was, and you see how close it is to, first of all, the truck, but then my house. So, you know, that's, I think, 5 metres, if that, not even that. So we can see the old tree. Just too much rain over the last few days, and it's given up the ghost, obviously. So yeah, maybe the roots weren't super deep on it. The tree's always been in great health because all this crap that's here and all the leaves, it always drops year after year. I mean, it's grown, but you can just see here some of the destruction there. It's absolutely caved in that corner, which might escape this beam. I don't know if this beam might be okay. This one's obviously completely ruined. You can see the bend there, but, and you can see the beam across where the top of the roller door was too is obviously kaput too. So yeah, not much we can do about it. Tried to chop down as much as I could with the chainsaws that I've got. I've got one of these, a couple of DeWalt ones here, so I've just got one on a pole. Had a recip saw out, and my other chainsaw, I think it's given up the ghost because I left it caked in mud and stuff, and it looks a bit rusted on the gear and it stopped working. But yeah, got the old chainsaw and a stick out there and was giving it a good go, but SES have been called. They will have been absolutely inundated with calls. Apparently saying that 200,000 people at the moment have no power. We definitely have no power. Haven't had power since 10:30 last night, and it's now midday-ish, so not much we can do other than just sit around and wait for SES. The worst part about this too is that obviously no power means no internet, but the phones aren't working either. So you know, we've tried to get onto SES since about 8 o'clock this morning, and phone would ring and then it would just drop out, and the phone would ring and you'd be on hold and it'd drop out, and it would just keep on doing that over and over again. And it's taken something like 4 hours of trying to finally get through, but the almost non-existent Optus 3G, not even 4G or 5G out here, doesn't work at the best of times, and it certainly isn't working at the moment either. So you know, we can't send SMSs through, we can't really call people, so we're pretty cut off at the moment. We just yeah, hopefully power gets on. They were saying ETA 1 o'clock. Don't like my chances, but hopefully by 1 o'clock we can get back to the world of the living. So the other thing is the RX-7 is caught in there, and it's basically ready for a dyno, and there's no way of getting it out there until all this is fixed. So, you know, this could absolutely screw the project car plans for the next month or so, unfortunately. So, them's the breaks, but unfortunately, I mean, yes, I live out here surrounded by trees and that, and sometimes stuff like that's going to happen, but I wouldn't live anywhere else. I used to live out in the northern suburbs surrounded by concrete and no trees, and living a metre away from your neighbours, and I wouldn't live there ever again for quid. So this sort of stuff's always going to happen when you live around trees, but I wouldn't change it, unfortunately, as bad as that might look. I love living out here, and yeah, oh well, them's the breaks. We'll touch base and see what happens when the SES mob comes. Still no power, heat the next day, and this is what we're resort to do now. Only trouble is trying to find dry wood here. Well, better than nothing. Day 2, no power, no electricity, no phone. Got the old fire set up. Nah, neighbour's cat's starting to look a bit tasty, so might have to start hunting for food soon. There we go, my hair looking good. Day whatever, I forget now. It's Saturday, I think, so got a generator running over here and hiding behind some panels because, hey, you wouldn't even hear it unless I told you it was on, would I? Absolutely whisper quiet, but generator has restored ducted heating and a few other things, charging some of the old DeWalt batteries, so we've got lights, but got TV, got Wi-Fi, so heating, TV and Wi-Fi, they're all the important things. You don't really need lights over your head, do you? So that's all good. As you can see, SES did as much as they could on this, but there's still plenty to go. So insurance claim has been lodged. Hopefully they don't drag their heels on that, can come out and get someone to actually fix this thing. So you can see some more damage that wasn't there before, unavoidable stuff, because obviously all this is here too, as well as what's there, which is a heap, and you know, most of the tree's still up there, so still got a long way to go, but here's what it is, you know, we'll get there. So All right, we'll check in later for some more progress. Day 4 or 4.5 with no power, and all you can hear are the sounds of the bush. It's just petrol chainsaws and generators at full noise, and chippers now too, because some of the trees have been down. So obviously that tree's still there. By this afternoon it won't be. Arborist is coming to knock that one down, and also boom, this one here, what he's just given me the heads up on is, you see in the ground there that there's cracks, and those cracks in the soil mean this huge gum has actually started to pull up out of the ground, and it's just dangerous now. So he said that one really needs to go, and it'll probably be should be an easy case for insurance to pay for it as well. So we know what insurance companies are like. Anyone that's had to deal with them, we'll see if they actually pay up. And the stupid part about insurance is, even though that is clearly been damaged by the storm and it's on its way to the ground and could, worst case, kill someone, or best case, you know, just damage a whole heap of property, they may not want to come to the party with it. So we'll see what happens, and wait for the assessor to come out. But yeah, that one, have a look at it, it's got to go. All right, we'll check back in later once the arborist has been and knock down all that. Have a look at the leanest bad boys on too. So that tree's a little bit lean that way. This one's pretty much straight, and no, your eyes don't deceive you. Look at the angle that thing's sitting on. So we've got to get that one out ASAP, but hopefully the insurance actually come to the party, because it's not a cheap exercise to down these trees, that's for sure.